Good evening and welcome to Metro Focus. I'm Jack Ford. Swastikas and hate-filled messages in public places, overt racist acts, both physical and verbal, intolerance in our region and indeed in our country, all again on the rise. The question now remaining, how bad has it gotten and how bad might it continue to get? For answers, let's take a look at some of the sheer and alarming statistics. There was an 87% increase in total extremist instances in New York State last year. And an even larger and disturbing uptick, a 90% increase in anti-Jewish crimes across the state. 87% and 90% increases, almost twofold from year to year. So, where are we seeing this wave of hate? Long Island, upstate, New Jersey, the 5 boroughs, Manhattan. And who exactly is behind it? Daunting questions, but now there's some good news on the hunt to root out the hate. The Anti-Defamation League has a new tool to help federal, state, and local authorities stem this tide. Here with the details, Evan Bernstein, the New York and New Jersey Regional Director of the ADL. Evan, it's always good to have you back here, although it always seems that we have more and more disturbing news to talk about.
I know.
So you and I were talking before we got on the air of just some instances in the last week or so. Tell me about it.
It's been, it's the Jewish holidays, just, are in the kind of middle of the throes of it, when you would think with the Jewish holidays that hopefully there'd be, less acts of hate and less acts of anti-Semitism. And just in the last 3 days alone, we've seen 7 different instances of white supremacist flyering in New York and New Jersey. We have a town supervisor in Chester, New York, that reportedly made horrific anti-Semitic statements about Jews moving to his community and zoning changes to make sure that doesn't happen. And we had a cemetery in Essex County on the day that Jews go to visit cemeteries to visit their loved ones. An explosive device put on one of the gravestones, and Essex County Police is putting out a reward. But that's just a handful of the things they're dealing with. That's just in the last 7 days. So it's really concerning for us, clearly.
Why do we think we're seeing such a dramatic increase?
This trend has really taken place since the election season, and we've seen this dramatic kind of uptick and hold of these anti-Semitic incidents. And I think so much of hate now is going online, and it's emboldening people to do certain things. And a lot of these stereotypes and a lot of the, whether it's anti-Semitic canards or lies about other minority groups, they're out there. People are able to access it and able to take it and make it their own voice. And you're seeing that now. And I think, they're trying to go after people, especially the white supremacist groups. They're trying to find those people that are going to act in hate, not in good. And I think that's the challenges that we're seeing, because it's very hard to police everything that's going on online.
We just passed the 1-year anniversary of what happened in Charlottesville. And again, you and I were talking about this before. Were you surprised that there didn't seem to be any marches designed to replicate Charlottesville in any fashion?
I don't think we were surprised that the numbers weren't as large as they were in Charlottesville, simply because so many people lost their jobs after Charlottesville. That was the largest gathering of really white supremacists in over a 10-year period. And with social media and facial recognition and the massive coverage that the media put on that, many people that attended that lost their jobs because they were attending this white supremacist rally. And so I think they learned from that. And they said, you know what, we're not going to be out in the public square in the same way, but we're going to take our hate, we're going to put it online, we're going to go onto our blogosphere, we're going to go onto Twitter, we're going to go on the Facebook, and we're going to push to get as many people activated towards hate in that fashion instead of doing it in the public square. And it's working.
How about recruiting? Have you seen an uptick in not just the expressions of hate, but the efforts to recruit new people into these hate-filled arenas?
We've had recruitment flyering, almost a record number. Since the beginning of September, there's been 17 different instances of massive, on a given day, white supremacist flyering, recruitment flyering. We've had 7 just in the last 3 days here in New York and New Jersey. And it's a broad base, it's a wide net they're trying to cast. We're not as worried about the constructed groups, whether it's the Klan or others. We're worried about the lone wolf that's going to get activated by that flyer.
I talked in the introduction about a tool that the ADL is developing that can help in some fashion here. Talk about that a little bit.
The hate map is now an easy way for someone to be able to see where these instances of white supremacist activity, anti-Semitic activity are taking place. And if you look at it, it clearly shows hotspots, if you will, in different parts of the country. I don't think there's any surprise that the largest amount of anti-Semitic incidents is in the tri-state area, the New York, New Jersey area, Connecticut. It's the largest amount of Jews that are here. And where you typically have a lot of minorities or a lot of Jews, you're going to have a lot of acts of hate. I think what it means also is that we have to be keenly aware. A lot of people think the New York area is this melting pot and we don't have these issues and it's a liberal bastion and there's no problems and everyone hugs and loves each other. But this map shows that in a lot of the metropolitan areas that are very diverse, that there is a lot of hate activity taking place. And I think it was eye-opening for a lot of leaders in the given cities around the country, and I think very helpful.
Evan, it's always a pleasure to talk with you, although when you and I talk, unfortunately, we're usually talking about these increases. Yeah. Perhaps sometime down the road, you and I can have some of these conversations and we can be bringing some better news.
I hope so.
To the conversation. But always good to see you. Thanks so much for the good work that you're doing.
Thank you.
You be well. And a reminder for you folks out there, if you want to learn more about the ADL's new interactive map and their efforts to combat hate groups, you can visit us at metrofocus.org.